wanted to hop on and take a moment of your time, say thank you so much for all the compassion, for all the support in my time of grief. I had a whole bunch of people ask if I could hop on and tell mine and Millie's story. So here I go. I'm going to tell my story, how me and her came to be, and what had happened to her, and how everyone here can prevent your dog or help prevent your dog from getting heart disease. This was from the food we were feeding her, so I'll get into that. And here's my story. And back in 2016, I was drinking and driving, and I was the passenger in a car crash going about 130 miles an hour. I flipped for about a football field and a half in the car. It ended up landing on top of me. I had broken my neck, shattered my pelvis, my femur, had 17 major injuries. I had 2 strokes, I've had a seizure. And while I was in the hospital, I was in a coma for about 6 days. And one of the things that I remember when I was coming out of that coma was my parents promising me a dog if I could survive, if I could just come up out of it and make it out of the hospital. So 2 months in the hospital, I made it and I got out. Was never supposed to walk again. I was lot of things to where it wasn't supposed to go my way. And so I made it out, and we found Millie. My mom actually found Millie. She was the pick of the litter, and the person that had picked her ended up being in a car crash himself, and he didn't make it. So Millie girl was there waiting for me because the wife just didn't feel like she could come get Millie. So she was there. It was meant to be, you know. And when I was in my wheelchair and I wasn't able to stand, the doctor told me I couldn't stand everything. Millie would just pounce, she'd pounce at me and want to play with me so bad. And so I just remember trying to push up on the wheelchair, and I'd push and I'd try to get up. And she was a huge part of my recovery. On days where I physically and mentally couldn't get out of bed, in my darkest days, she was there for me. She was always there for me. She loved me like no other, and I wanted to celebrate her. So I started Dog Dash. I started a whole event to celebrate my Millie girl. We had everything that she loved. We had puppuccinos, doggy ice cream eating contest, agility course. She always got along with every single dog, so all the dogs would come, and that grew into something bigger than us, and we would help all animal shelters. So that's kind of our story and how we came and how much and why she meant so much to me. She was there for me in the darkest time of my life. We even though she was our first German Shepherd and we liked her and loved her so much, we got our second German Shepherd, Maximus, here as her little brother. Now Millie was always had a pretty sensitive stomach and a pretty itchy skin. So it was advertised to us as a healthier choice to switch to the no grain diet. And she was eating Go, the brand Go, and it was no grain. We'll come to find out Go, no grain food replaces grain with chickpeas, lentils, all things of the legume family, peas, and that is a plant-based protein. And dogs need a meat-based protein. So that plant-based took away an amino acid from her heart that we even need in our hearts to keep them strong. And so her heart enlarged and was pushing on her trachea, and she was coughing, her lungs filled up with fluid. So June 1st of this year, we got her into the vet, and she got diagnosed with heart disease. We switched her food, and we got her on medication, and she was doing so good. She was making a recovery. Her valves had closed back up to normal size. The vet was very enthusiastic that she would make a recovery. So June 1st passes, and every single day was a blessing with her. She got better and better, and then on November 1st, on my birthday, she passed away. She was out here in the yard, and I wasn't here for her. I was gone for work, and I was out of town, and She was out playing with Maximus. They were chasing birds, which is one of her favorite things to do. So that makes my heart rest a little easier, knowing that my dog was out there doing her favorite thing. Um, and she just laid down and never got back up. Her heart just gave out. She was my soul dog. She meant everything to me. I did everything for her. I feel like I hope. I hope she felt my love. And it's been one of the hardest things that I've gone through. So I cannot thank you guys enough again for helping me and supporting me in this time. I know she'll always live on in our hearts, and she's always there. She's my soul dog and my guardian angel now. And one of the hardest parts is seeing this guy here, Maximus. He still comes out almost every morning and looks for her and searches, and it's been one of the hardest things for us. So again, thank you guys so much for helping. And that's our story. That's my Millie girl story of how amazing dog she was and the connection we had. And forever live Millie girl. Thank you.